Welcome to the Corporate Learning Network videocast. I'm Jeff Cattell. Today I have with me Lisa Mon, Marketing and Recruitment Coordinator at the Office of Distance Education at Lehigh University. Lisa will be speaking at our upcoming conference, Effective Marketing for Online Education, which will be occurring December 9th through the 11th in San Diego. Lisa, welcome to the program.
Hi, Jeff. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We're happy to have you as well. So I understand that at this conference you'll be moderating a roundtable about building better student recruitment and retention processes. So you say that marketers really should be focusing on making this process personal and individualized. So how have you done that at Lehigh?
As a marketer, I believe the more targeted and personal messaging that I could get to the prospective student, the better and quicker I will convert that prospect into a student. Our office has developed a set of processes and standards where we provide outreach and touch points to ensure student success from the point of them entering into the program beyond graduation as an alumni, sort of a champion to our program. And I think that's important, starting off again, right when they raise their hand up until the very end, to continue on with that outreach as an alum.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, the personal thing makes complete sense from a marketer's perspective. You want that direct connection. You want someone to be invested. But I'm wondering if you can sort of parse out for us, like, what counts as this personalized and individualized attention? Because I think we have these people who are consumers. You're consumers at this point. You're probably savvy enough to detect things like, a mail merge, a form letter, which would have their name at the top, but otherwise would be completely the same as anybody else would get.
Yes, students are just like any other consumer. They are very savvy, that they want to feel engaged, they want to feel special. And today with the internet, they could research and go on YouTube and find out rankings and everything that they need to know as a savvy consumer. And what we want to do is we want to go ahead and direct the attention directly to them as a consumer. And I think from their perspective, they want to be trusted. They want to go ahead and have our trust that we have their best interest in mind. So to me, as far as what counts, is having that personal touch and trust between you and your client, your customer. And in our case, it would be a student prospect.
Okay. And one of the concerns that I think comes out about having these real personal touch points, or at least that I've heard, is that it's something that people aspire to as marketers, but maybe not something that they have either the capital funding for or the time bandwidth for. So what are there suggestions you would give to someone who has sort of a lean marketing department and a lean budget of ways that they can still offer that personalized connection?
Yes. As marketers, I think we all struggle at times with that lean support and resources. For our office, we have a very small office. We have a very limited budget. But the way we try to come over that hurdle, if you will, is to engage and personalize our approach. We sometimes use graduate assistants, work part-time students that could go ahead and help us making outbound and inbound calls. But I think, again, is developing a plan and a schedule. For our office, we have 9 graduate programs and 6 certificates, roughly about 30 leads a month. So that's easy for us to manage. I know there's quite much more institutions out there that have anywhere between 300 to 400 a week of leads coming in through various different channels. But for us, we can manage that with the support in our office, and we're very selective with our marketing dollars and with our advertising. We feel, again, that more of a personal approach, campaigns that are targeted to a diverse audience and segmented help, and that's where we put our money versus sort of this, one approach effect that we just go ahead and blast billboards and mass marketing. We do a more of a minimal, simple, one-on-one approach, and that works for us. As far as suggestions with that, those challenges, again, working with maybe TAs, graduate assistants, folks to come in, maybe even alum to go ahead and help, and faculty members to do some outreach and phone calls to prospective students.
Yeah, that makes sense, to use all the resources that you have in a university like your own. Speaking of those marketing channels, I'm wondering if you can maybe give some examples of the ones that you use, whether for these personalized connections, if you use social media, or maybe it's email, or maybe it's these direct phone calls that you're also talking about.
We use a variety. Our strategic approach, the way we handle that is through a series of social media with a personal touch. So, for instance, we have some alum who have become our champions, and I look at it this way. They could tell the story of their experience better than I or anyone in our department. So if we can go ahead and ask them on our behalf to go ahead and speak, whether it be at a information session or making some outbound phone calls to some students that are particularly in their major or their curriculum, that has helped. Email campaigns, absolutely. But the key to that is targeted email campaigns to a segmented group. You want to make sure that that person on the other end understands that we're talking directly to them. Even though it may be a mail merge, and even though it may be going out mass email, you want to ensure that they go ahead and feel personal with that touch that we're reaching out to them. So again, I'd say through email marketing, through our alum and faculty, and again, just hopping on the phone call and just asking them some key questions and supporting them along their change. Because for us, with graduate students, this is normally a life change for them. There's a reason why they're coming back to school, whether it be a recent layoff, a mid-career change that they want to go ahead and build that resume. So there's a need out there, and we want to go ahead and accommodate that and help them.
Yeah, it makes sense getting to know their specific story in those cases from day one.
Yes.
So just wrapping things up, one thing I wanted to ask about prospective students is it sounds like you're using all these different channels to reach them, but do you see that have their maybe behaviors and preferences changed as, we move into a more digital environment in a digital world?
Yes, I do. I believe that over the time they have changed their preference of, for us, I could speak on behalf of our students, they are full-time employees looking for part-time graduate programs in a very niche market. So their time, again, is valuable when they want to get an answer and they want to go ahead and get their questions. Our role, my role, is to guide them along that journey so that when they feel that they could raise their hand and they're ready to go ahead and register for a course or to apply to a program, they have everything that positive outcome will happen. So I think for their behaviors is, they want their questions answered, and they want to make sure that we go ahead and take them, if you will, by the hand and provide that one-on-one approach to whether it be a faculty member that they need to speak to, a financial person in the advisory council that they need to speak to, and someone that could go ahead and help them have a positive outcome. Whereas before, years ago, I just think that it was sort of this mass market approach that they, didn't really know what was available to them. And now they have a lot of choices and there's a lot of competition, and they want to make sure that they're going to get the best education and the value.
All right. Well, thanks, Lisa.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
That was Lisa Mon, Marketing and Recruitment Coordinator at the Office of Distance Education at Lehigh University. For more information on Lisa or any of the other speakers at this year's conference, you can view an agenda by clicking the Download Now button below. Thanks for watching.